Hi everybody, my name is Joey and I gotten perfect scores on the ACT, and here are my predictions for the upcoming February ACT. English first. I'm predicting that there will be rhetoric questions that test students on the ability to distinguish between a main idea and a supporting evidence questions. For main idea questions, broader answers will be correct. Specific details, even if they're listed in the passage, will be wrong. Versus, if you see the word support or evidence, go specific. Look for the actual line reference. Find the concrete detail that actually adds to the author's claim. Grammar-wise, I would bet money on a who versus whom question. It's the ACT's favorite way to watch students panic over something they vaguely remember from 7th grade. Remember, who is the same as he or they, whom is the same as him or them. Also expect at least one title before the name question. For example, physics professor Tommy Lee Jones or ballet instructor Cardi B. If the title comes before the name, do not use commas around the name. Now math. According to the ACT updates, questions 1 through 7 are going to be the easy ones. You should be flying through those. Don't waste any time on the first 7. After that, the difficulty ramps up. What's likely going to make it feel harder? Statistics. You'll need to understand things like residuals. You need to be able to compare standard deviations conceptually without calculating them. For example, if you see data sets like this or like this, you should be able to just glance at it and say which one has a larger standard deviation without any calculator gymnastics. I'm also predicting advanced trig questions that requires you to understand how to apply the law of sines or the law of cosines or both. So if you've learned advanced trig, please review your trig rules and identities. And I'm guessing there will be a two-way table where you have to calculate conditional probability. If you see a phrase like given that or of this subset, then your brain should understand that you shouldn't be looking at the whole table even though it's right in front of your face. Reading. So with this new enhanced ACT has been slowly adding visual and quantitative information into the reading section, so don't be surprised if you see a graph or data embedded into your passage. You just need to add numbers to how you interpret the passage. Now, test order strategy. Now remember, on the test there will be field test questions. On the ACT reading, it'll be an entire passage that is not scored, so very likely the field test passage will not be the last one. So I encourage students to do the following order. Do the first passage first, then do the last passage second. The probability that one of the middle two passages is the field test is really high, though it's not guaranteed. So if you run out of time, it's strategically better to run out of time on passage 2 or passage 3 rather than sacrifice the last passage entirely. Science. ACT has confirmed that they're gradually adding more outside knowledge questions to science. So yes, you'll need to interpret graphs, but you'll also need basic content knowledge. So simple biology terms, basic chemistry concepts like pH or the ideal gas law, fundamental physics relationships like gravity being a downward force, nothing super extreme or complicated. Last piece of advice, since this is such a fast test, if you find yourself wasting too much time on any one question, you're probably doing it wrong. So don't forget to keep up your pace. Any questions about the ACT, leave a comment below.